Welcome. Woo. Welcome to Watching with Styles. What's up, Steven? Steven, I appreciate you, brother. Every every broadcast I can count on you showing up. I appreciate you, man. Um Weird day today. This is the day I have my my busy day with radio, podcast, whatever. And as I was talking today, I especially on the KSR podcast, it just hit me, man, that it wasn't our day, and maybe the moment was too big for us because didn't take into account, honestly, now thinking back on it, the pregame festivities, the electricity in the stadium because it was Diego's last game. Didn't take all that into account. And not in a bad way, but the moment was huge. And maybe it was just too big for a lot of our players on Saturday because no matter if you young or old, there were some uncharacteristic mistakes, and they took advantage of every mistake we made, and we didn't take advantage of the mistakes they made. Vandy did not play a perfect game. It might look like it from the outside in, but they didn't play a perfect game. They left guys open. We just couldn't find them. We just couldn't make them pay. And because of that, the game was ugly. It was ugly. Now the great thing about it, it counts as one game, and this is a big week for us to get to six to get to a bowl game. Bowl games are huge. I don't care where. Here's the thing: the game in itself isn't as important as you get 14, 16, whatever the amount of practices, additional practices you get. That is the importance of bowl week. The game at the end of the road is cool for the fans, but the grand scheme of things, that's just the cherry on top. Getting those practices are huge. It also builds momentum because if you in a bowl game, since I think the games that can potentially play in will be January 2nd, we might get a week and a half off, maybe 2 weeks. Then we start practicing again. So that gives the guy time to get away for a second, get their bodies healthy as much as they can in 2 weeks or 3 weeks, whatever the amount of time they get off. And then they go to bowl game. The great thing then out the bowl game, you don't have that much time, maybe another 3 weeks, 2, 3 weeks before you get into all-season training. See, if you lose tomorrow, the end of November, you don't come back to practice until January, February. You lose that momentum. It's huge. This game is huge for us. Getting in this bowl game and it makes this a successful season. I don't care what anybody says. Um, if you get to 7 wins, I think for us, 7 wins is a good season. Is it a great season? No. To get to 7 is good for us. No doubt about it. People were claiming Vandy was unbelievable last year, and they won 7 games. When you can win 7 games, you had a great year, or a good year. You had a good year, especially how this season has has shaken out. I think these guys have proven that they are a team that can battle back. I thought it was 4.5. Caden said how Vegas over under was 3.5. I thought it was 4.5. Wherever it is, I would say this: most of the fandom didn't have us winning but 3 or 4 games. So come on, if we exceeded your expectation, if we exceeded your expectation, you should be like, wow, okay, good year. Coach Stoops said on his radio show that Cutter's all in. We got to build around him, huh? I did hear something like that on KSR today. Um, that's nice to hear. To me, it depends on how hard the schedule is. 7 wins this year. 7 wins, Caden. Here's the thing: 7 wins in the SEC is always good. There is no, we don't have. We look. This is the harsh reality about our program. We are the team that everybody expects to win against. Now, there are years where it changes, but in general, the consensus is us, Vanderbilt, Mississippi State. Like, there are teams that teams feel like they should beat. So when you play in this conference and you have Alabama, Georgia, Tennessee, Florida, LSU, Oklahoma, Texas, now Texas A&M, like you're gonna play 3 of those teams, probably 2 to 3 of those teams. To get to 7, and to get to 7 now, next year is gonna be even harder. It's gonna even hold more value because you take away one of the non-conference games. We don't have 3 more. We don't have 3 guaranteed victories anymore. You have 2. Exactly, Caden. Exactly. So the more I look at this tape, and again, I didn't look at this much. I edited this morning, so that was my first time watching it after watching live. We left a lot on the plate again. We couldn't get our shadow. Our shadow was tripping us up every time. Now the game was basically over with. Now 3 possession score with the way Vanderbilt can play, even though Vanderbilt didn't play like they normally do, because they wanted to highlight Diego. But we did fight to the end. Doesn't matter. I don't think the points matter, but is your team gonna give up? Like I think Ralph said on KSR this afternoon, like Cutter could have easily not went back in the game. That was big. The game was out of hand. He came back and finished the game. So I don't think there's any positives, to be honest with you, but that's a good thing. And let's see if these guys can rally for one more week. Rally for one more week. And no one gonna feel sorry for us at all. Team is so banged up. Oh, I just missed it. Too many guys playing out. no guys playing out of position, Wes, unless you're saying they're not playing, they're playing out of position in the scheme. I mean, the backups it's the 11th game of the season. Get your mental reps the first 10 weeks and let's get ready to play. A lot of these guys played already anyway. They played in games. Get your ass ready to play. Prepare like you know you should. When you get in the game, don't let the big lights blind you and do your job. Simple as that. If Grayton was the one that was giving up big plays, Wes, I would be like, okay, we banged up and we got a true freshman out there playing SEC ball, but he wasn't the problem. I'm not saying Grayton played a great game, but for his inexperience, he played a good game for being his second start. And against that offense, I had no problem with him. He competed. He obviously makes some mistakes, but everybody makes mistakes, but he competed. And that's all you want your young freshman to do is compete. And he did a damn good job of competing. All right, y'all. We're gonna fly through this. It's just, I don't know, man. Like for me as a coach, I wouldn't even show this. We're gonna be all right next week. Hold on, we're gonna be all right. I'm missing. We're gonna be all right next week. We should win. Vandy's a tough team Vandy's a tough team, dude. I don't want to hear this. This is the kind of shit. Who said that? Justin, you just got me on another tangent. Yeah, Steven. Yeah, it's really Steven. Only two secondary guys out. I know backups are backups, but there's only really two positions that has guys out. This is the thing that really upsets me. Is that sometimes fans can't have it both ways. It's like since I'm an old guy that played a long time ago, and I say that you got to understand the history of the program and where we are, then certain people say, well, I guess we should just rest on mediocre football and all that stuff because I say, well, understand the past and where we are is really good because where we came from, all that stuff, right? So people bark at that. But then people turn around and bark at, well, we shouldn't be losing to Vandy. Like, so why shouldn't we be losing to Vandy? Because of what they have done in the past? But when I talk about the past and how we have been elevated as a program, that's barked at. But then when I say we should be losing the Vandy, like, which one is it? Because Vandy is a damn good team right now because of a damn good player. A generational player for Vandy. The last quarterback they had to this level was Jay Cutler. Jay Cutler was in the early 2000s. So we can't talk about this. We shouldn't be losing to Vandy kind of thing. Why would you say that? All because of the history of Vandy. But when I talk about the history of the program and how we should understand how good we have it and how 7 wins is good for this program. Oh, wait, what? We shouldn't even, like, come on. Vandy is a good team. Vandy would not only have, what is Vandy? 9-2? Vandy would not be 9-2 without being a good team. So don't give me this, we shouldn't be losing the Vandy shit. There's what? They play 8 games, so they've played 7. So there are 5 SEC teams that lost to Vandy this year. Well, 4 other ones besides us. They shouldn't be losing to Vandy too, I guess. Come on, man. Vandy's having a great year. Like I said, I think I said on here yesterday. Let's see what Vandy does next year. Because I think Vandy heads into this Colorado round. They lose their generational quarterback, and then, what can they do? Just, I mean, two guys out is tough against that type of team. Players were thinking, yeah, that it's more to. I look, senior night, Diego being a senior, having a chance to end your season winning all your home. Like there was a lot of positives for that Vandy team that I didn't think about. So they whipped our ass. The great thing about it, it doesn't count double, doesn't count as three, it counts as one loss. Now it's on us to lick the wounds and come back and play well this week. No, you're right, Justin. It's just for this. Is here's the thing. It's kind of weird. It's another thing fans do. No one feels sorry for you. But it's like when when we are missing guys, some fans don't take that into account. But when other teams missing guys, well, we beat uh, 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 undermanned team. Like we should have beaten them. Well, hell. So when we missing guys, do you give us the benefit of the doubt? Well, we missing our starting quarterback and our starting running back. Well, I'm not even counting this game. This game, no. Y'all get on that just as much as you get on if we fully healthy. And we haven't been a fully healthy team since game one. Defensively for sure. We have not played with the preseason starting 11, but what, a quarter? Because Waller got hurt. So let's get into this tape. I I know, Justin. You so right. Justin says, "Tell me about it. Those Stoops haters were real quiet for the past few weeks until this week." Yep. And I mean, I had a guy come on Twitter, um, tagging me and Anthony White, the Locker 411 Wednesdays 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Tune in. Go subscribe to the Locker 411. And said he's been commenting all the time. He has not. But now he wants to come out and say, look, y'all, this is my last one. I'm gonna stop looking at the chat for a minute. Here is the deal. If you don't like Coach Stoops, fine. All I gotta say is when you look at other guys and you say that program fired that guy, this is what I'm gonna tell you. That guy that they are firing did not build up the program to where Stoops has become to a situation where his success is the reason why you were trying to fire him. All those other guys have not created that program's greatest golden years. You can't compare the two. Now, for me, I think the guy has earned the right. But for me, he can go too. Because he's not bigger than the program. Now, he built the program, but he's not bigger than it. And I feel like if you want to go, you want to fire. I just want to tell you that what he's done for this program is remarkable. And progress is not linear. You're not going to go from 10 wins to 11 wins to then undefeated. Not in this conference. You're going to have ebbs and flows, and I guess all fans can't handle the ebbs. And Justin said this. This is what I'm going to tell you, Justin. I'm going to read Justin Crescent to y'all. We won't get anyone good this year anyways. Too many big programs open big time. Bad time to fire him. Here's the thing, y'all. This is really the thing about coaching. First of all, Mark Stoops wasn't a hot hire either 13 years ago. I'm just going to be honest. The big name guys are not coming here. They're not. When there's so many other options. And not just this year, any year. Here's the deal. You find you a coach that understands how to recruit in a not fertile in-state area. A guy who can recruit from other states, a guy who might have a pipeline to a certain region, a guy who can coach guys and develop them. That's what we need at Kentucky. See, at LSU, anyone can win. And I don't mean anyone like that, but there's no recipe for LSU. You know why? Because of the resources. You know why? Because 3 different guys have won national championships in the 2000s. And damn, Ed Ogeron was one. Like it's it's not easy to win, but your margin of error is really small at some of these schools. The margin of error at Kentucky is razor thin. You need a guy who wants to be here, who is able to recruit and develop talent. Period. That's all. What's up, Johnny? Johnny said we broken. So it's UL. We are way less broken than Louisville. From a locker room standpoint, I mean, they having guys that's just checking out left and right. We are less broken. Simple as that. Now the thing about it is a rivalry game. Who's gonna win? And we'll find out. My biggest concern: Stoops won with development talent. We aren't taking. See, but we can take. You. Here's the thing. We are taking high school players, and we're gonna probably, from what I hear, is gonna take JUCO players. That's the development. If you look at this year's team, Cutter Bowley. I mean, and I don't know. Patterson deserves more run. Patterson. You got the Miller boys. You got Will Rod. Defense. You have Cohen, Works, Godfrey, Dooley, Grayton. Like there are guys that we have gotten the high school ranks. You just got to hit on them, and we have hit on those guys. Those guys are valuable this year. So JUCO in high school, I think we'll be fine. I think we'll be fine. So first play of the second half, y'all. Let's get it. Another one of young guys, high school guys. 5 guys named Smith. Yeah, we haven't even seen the Smith brothers on defense really that much. Shoot your shot. Do your job. Handle your responsibility only. If you have, I'm going to call it pitch man. If you have contained pitch man, take the pitch man. Whoever has quarterback, let him take quarterback. You don't do both. You can't do that in college. Now, you might be able to do that in high school. You can't do that in college. And this is great play by a young player is doing his job. That's really good. Now, the other guys are rallying. This is big time. You want to derail me, John? What? What's the question, John? Big time play by a young guy. Now we just got to finish. I want Cowan to have this tackle. I want him to have that tackle. You did all that work. I want him to get. You need to get on the stat sheet for that. These guys again. Handle your gap. Great job of doing your job and handling your gap. Simple as that. If you got A gap, get an A gap. Now the thing about it, now we got to bring them down. Man, they found ways. I wish I had the doggone Skycast way, because they found a way. They found a little scene, dude. We are where we're supposed to be. Now they got hat on a hat, and their running back found a way to break that tackle. But that's pretty good defense. It's kind of rough when it was we had a penalty to start the half off sides. 1st and 5. They only got 3 yards in the first 2 downs. Now this play, y'all, this is a play I hate. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. I'm not going to spend too much time on it because I did in the cut ups and I spent a little time on cut ups. So there's not much more I can say. I hate it. Van, am I wrong? At the end of the year, teams are so well scouted. If they can be broken, they will be. Look, Johnny, here's the thing I want people to understand, man. Case in point, let me go back to this. With the whole scouting and when teams have an idea of what you're gonna do, can they stop it? 2019, when Lynn Bowden became quarterback with the injury to Terry Wilson and Sawyer Smith, as people in the stands would say, "Oh, I know they were gonna run the ball." You knew the ball was gonna be in Lynn Bowden's hands. They couldn't stop it. It's not about what a team scouting you to do. Is can you out execute them? The name of the game is football is execution. It really is. IQ execution. It doesn't matter if they know you running an A gap. If you execute, it's not you're gonna get touchdowns, but you can get 3 yards. All the offense needs is 3 to 4 yards per down. So well scouted and bro, I don't think so. I get you, John. But that's the name of the game is execution. Now, the thing with execution now, if their guy on defense, their guy on scholarship beats your guy on scholarship, now that's a one-on-one matchup and your guy lost. But in the grand scheme of things, I'll say this, in the grand scheme of things, if offense executes every play at to 100%, they're gonna get 2 to 3 yards minimum. There's none the defense can do, really, if you really think about it. Because there's only you only have 11 players, and if you put too many guys in the box, the offense should throw the ball. So the offense is the leader of the dance, and they have all of the advantages, including the way the game is called. You damn right, Justin. Just I could scout LeBron all day doesn't mean I can do anything to stop him. Like it's you look, you have to scout guys and you have to know tendencies. So at least as a defense, you have an idea what they can run to minimize their success. But to flat out stop people, like how many games end in 0-0? Like hardly ever. Like it's hard. Like when we had that stretch with Auburn and Florida, to hold teams to that is extremely difficult. So 3rd and 2. I hate this. I hate it. Like I said, I'm not gonna get into it. I don't like the emphasis on jamming guys. I really don't. And in this case, see, this is just an IQ thing. IQ when the safety you are trying to funnel him to is right next to you, there's no need to jam him. He's gonna run right to him anyway. So this jam allowed this guy to out leverage him on this arrow route. And it should have been null and void because of the pressure. Great pressure. We should have been right here. And either it's a pick or he throws the ball away. Like this is the kind of stuff that bothers me. Is that one little thing caused a problem. We don't need to talk about John. Um the cut ups on YouTube. Look, Johnny, I'm gonna pat myself on the back. I have done a bang up job of putting the cut ups on YouTube on time. So, oh, excuse me. So, John, there's a difference between a jam as a corner and man to man, or you on the outside and you jamming a guy that's right in front of you, and there's a difference as a nickel trying to jam a guy to funnel him to a safety. The two different jams. Two different Teddy. One is a Teddy Riley jam, and one is a I don't even know the other one. Uh, yeah, there are rules to jamming. Right, there are. You can't get out of position by trying to jam somebody. Now it's 4th and 1. Now here's what I don't like, yo. And this is little stuff, y'all. Here's the thing, man. And this is hard for me to say, but I do give my guys this freedom. Is that you have to understand football. Like here's a prime example. There's a difference between playmakers and just players. Playmakers color a little bit outside the line. They don't go crazy. They get a little bit outside the line. So it's not really noticeable. But it is when you zoom in, like, that's a little outside the line. That's okay. I don't mind a little coloring outside the line. I really don't. So for me, there are situations that, and maybe I'm gonna say, maybe this is my difference as a coach, is that maybe because I didn't see myself being a coach, so I don't have that coaching angle. I have a player angle. Here's the thing. It is 4th and 1. Get your ass up to about right there. Just like Ty Bryan is right here. Let's come on. Come on. Let's go. It's 4th and 1. And here's the deal. They have like the rules for jam 1-on-1. Don't let them 9 routes. Yes. Yes. You getting there, John. Look, y'all. 2 tight end, receiver back strong. That looks like they're potentially coming to this side. Here's the thing. I'm coming here. Even if they don't come to this side, and let's say that I can't see what it. Let's say they pull him, and they block down. And you come here and they run the ball over here. Fine. Like, what else? Also, it's the way I think. I feel like if I'm Cam, I'm a better athlete than these two guys. So if I come to here and they fake and they run boot or something, I'm athletic enough to play run and then get back in position to guard them. It's 4th and 1. Get your ass up here and let's play football. Like those are the little things. That's just like in cover 3. Like it's like in cover 3 where if they run 3 hitches in a corner plays 20 yards off. Well, fuck. If they run 3 hitches, who are you guarding? You're just guarding grass. You're just peeing in the spot in the grass, and the grass not gonna grow. Like right here. If he is right here, I'm not saying he stops there because that's a powerful runner, but I think he's in position to play it better. So this is the thing that this is why, man, this just was not our game. All right, y'all. If we are looking at this correctly, what gaps do we have? I think we have A gap. I think he has B gap. Now, if he has C, this linebacker looks like Rayner needs to probably be bumped out because this corner is in man, right? There's 5 linemen, 2 tight ends. That's 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Like, we need to be at least stacked on this Forte. At least stacked. 1, 3. No, he's more like a all right, 5. He might be a 5. So we need to be stacked on him probably. Because if we play the ball, oh, did I go too far, y'all? I went too far. That's the only thing bad about this software is when I hit it, it can take us to the spot I don't want to be in. So he has C gap. You see him stunt. He stunts in here. If we were here, we can get there. And if he's here, if he is close to the line of scrimmage, we have a chance. We have a chance, but we too far back. We react slow. The ball is snapped. The ball is snapped. We still 10 yards away. He blocked and he's looking inside. Let's shoot your shot. Think part of his lack of confidence in the cornerback on the outside got beat. No, okay, I would give you. It's. I'm gonna say this. I think it's more of lack of understanding the scheme. Because like right here, we allow our corners play a lot of man, which to me I don't talk about enough. Is these guys, since Justin talked about confidence, don't have enough confidence because we allow them to play man. Brandon, don't do that. I'm not gonna even read what you said, Brandon. If you're on TikTok, you can read what Brandon said. I'm not even gonna fall for the rap pausing. Not gonna fall for the rap pausing. Graydon right here. He has a man, and the guy runs a speed out, and he doesn't mirror him. This receiver's on the top of the numbers. He goes to the bottom of the numbers. We should be weaving with him. Shoulders pretty square, but we got a break on the ball. See, now we took 1, 2, 3 steps, and then we come down here. That's just not good enough. That's still afraid of getting beat deep. Man, if I want to teach the neighbor 7-year-old, what should I teach first? Back in the South is back here. Huh. Didn't see you. Oh, back in the South. You said you were gone. I remember you. I think you texted me or said something you were not going to be. Man, if I want to teach the neighbor 7-year-old, what should I teach first? As a defensive back, I would teach him to have good eyes. Obviously you got to teach him how to backpedal. You have to I guess if you in a now see, is it a team setting or is it a 1-on-1? If it's a 1-on-1, teach him how to backpedal, teach him how to mirror receivers, like how to weave, how to try to keep his shoulder square. I would say this: teaching a kid young about confidence in his pedal is huge. The reason why guys get beat is they don't have confidence in their back pedal. You have confidence in your back pedal and you can stay square for as long as possible, you're going to win a lot of battles. Guys lose battles because they're open their hips up too quickly. That's just it. Confidence, which is through reps. Make your neighbor. I know you're just doing a hypothetical, but there's two things to me corners need: confidence in pedal and unwavering confidence in themselves. Like almost to a point where it's just arrogant. That mental part of the game will help you succeed as a corner. Steven said we're gonna say math. See, but teach first, Stephen. See, the math start stuff comes way later because you got to learn the fundamentals first. Then you can start dealing with the math and and if the quarterback's on the other hash, how long a throw is it if he runs a see? I'm gonna just tell you. I'm gonna go through. You know what? I'm gonna go through it right here. I need a couple. I got you back in the cell. Speed turn is the worst thing to learn, John. That speed turn is the last thing you should learn. Speed turn is a situation where you're like, oh shit. That's your oh shit move. That's your emergency brake. That's your that's your last tool. That's that fine grade sandpaper, that finishing sandpaper. You only do that at the end. So let's just say this, y'all. This since this game is out of hand. All right, let me help you. Okay, so in this situation right here, and I know the route is an out route, which is something that if I'm playing this, kudos to them. All right, so this is my thought process right now. Since we got time, ball is on the opposite hash. This guy is on the top of the numbers. From here to the top of the numbers is basically it's like 33 yards minus 9. So we're talking about 24 yards. So if the quarterback throws from here, and most routes are 10 yards. If he throws from here, that is 15-yard route. That's probably like a 30-yard throw. I have time. All right. I got time to backpedal, and as long as I am probably about 7 yards away from him, I can get a pick. If I read, I keep my shoulder square, and I mirror him well, and I get in good position. So for me right here, I'm going to line up inside of him. And this is a good alignment. He's about 1.5 yards inside. This is where I would line up. Because my initial thought, if I'm playing man, is he's running something internal. It can be a slant. It can be a dig. Something like that. All right. So now, if right after snap, now the bad part about man is I can't see the rollout. So right on the snap, my thought process is he's going to run he's either going to run a go route or he's going to run probably a 10 to 12 yard out or maybe a 15 to 12 comeback because he doesn't have a lot of room over here. So now, when he releases off the line of scrimmage, let's see what he does. He goes straight down the line of scrimmage. Or he starts to veer. Now, I got to mirror him. I'm thinking right now 9 route. I'm thinking 9 route. And for me on a 9 route, I want to jam him. So I'm going to start slowing my back pedal down. Now, once he does that, I'm like, oh, he's running an out route. And now my shoulders are still square because I'm probably where he is. I'm probably where Graydon is, but I'll be a little bit on top of the numbers. And I'm going to be sitting because I'm anticipating a 9 route, remember? And I'm going to mirror him to the numbers. I'm thinking 9 route, I'm going to sit ready for a jam. When I see him roll, I'm like, oh, snap, time for me to break. Now, that's a man. Now, if I was playing zone, I would still line up, probably head up with him, eyes on quarterback. When he rolls, now I know something's up. Because if he rolls, think about this. When teams typically roll out, it's normally a flood concept. He's going to go deep, and maybe he goes intermediate, and he goes shallow. It could be this goes shallow, and he goes intermediate, whatever. That's flood route. So that's my concept. I'm thinking that guy's going to run vertical. But I'm going to be outside looking at quarterback, and when I see him roll, I'm going to break on the ball. Graydon's just put his feet in the bucket. He steps in the bucket too much. Good break on the ball. That's decent. Thank you, backing us out. Smash the like button. If my man can sit through this ability. I appreciate that backing us out. Oh, I appreciate that, Johnny, man. That means a lot. That means a lot. 2nd and 2. So we lost on first down. Y'all, Vanderbilt had half of their yards, their total yards. Let me pull it up again. Let me pull up um the the stats. Give me a second. Pull up the stats. Should have pulled them up prior to the broadcast. I apologize in advance. Uh, 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 uh. So Vanderbilt had 500 and no, they had 604 total yards in the game. Vanderbilt on first down had 342 yards. That's over half of their total yards in the game. They murdered us on first down. They demolished us on first down. This is actually very good play by Godfrey. Godfrey just need reps. I think he has a chance. I think Godfrey, I think next year, I truly think Godfrey is going to be used like we used Trevin Wallace at the beginning of, what was that year? Was that last year, Trevin Wallace? No. 2 years ago, because last year we played Pop and Derek Jackson. 2 years ago with Trevin Wallace, if you remember, go back those first few games, Trevin Wallace was blitzing a lot and Derek Jackson was his counterpart. I think next year, this guy's athletic enough, we're going to send him a lot. He has a nose for the football, and I don't think he understands defense enough where I would just do that a lot next year. This right here, y'all, there are a lot of plays I left off the cutting room floor for cut ups because I didn't want to lose it. This right here, y'all, this play right here is the microcosm of the game. Microcosm. Wyatt, I guess Wyatt doesn't like Stoops. All right, Wyatt. What program do you use to watch film? Luke, I use Dartfish. Um Dartfish is I used to use Coach's Eye, and Coach's Eye went out of business. I use Dartfish. I'm also a track coach, and this program is really nice. I can send stuff to my athletes. Um, it's a big time program. It's not free though. So microcosm. Why y'all? Here, okay. So we teaching right now. As a corner, you have two receivers to your side. The most important receiver in zone is number 2. This guy dictates everything what you do. All right. When number 2 goes vertical, you have to play a little soft. This is JQ trying to do too much. Because this is why, y'all, as a right-handed quarterback, let me do this. As a right-handed quarterback throwing to your left, you can keep your shoulders here and snap a ball like right here. You don't have to turn your shoulders. You can keep your shoulders just like this and snap a ball to the outside to where this ref is without indicating that you want to throw it there. All right. As a right-handed quarterback, to throw a ball here, you have to open your shoulders. You cannot throw across your body as a right-handed quarterback trying to throw a ball right here. It just ain't gonna work. It's impossible. Okay? So now that's something as a corner You got to understand. If I'm on the left side or on the right side of defense of a right-handed quarterback, a quarterback throwing an out route is the easiest one, or a screen is the easiest one to read because he's got to open his shoulders to throw it here. So in this situation right here, watch JQ. With number 2 going vertical, he stops and he actually goes forward to this receiver, and the shoulders of Diego is angled this way. He's not throwing to him. That's IQ. It's impossible for him to throw it there. He has to open up to get the ball here. So, reason why I say that is because, see how he took that hop forward? That hop forward. Now, let's say he doesn't take that hop forward. His shoulders has not changed. His shoulders are here. And the reason why I believe his shoulders pointing here, because he saw Ty Bryant start here and turn his shoulders, get in the middle of the field. So he thinks he has this corner route. Watch what Ty Bryant starts. Ty Bryant goes to the middle of the field. He says, I think I got that corner route. And your ass sits. Is a flat magnet. All right? So, let's rewind. Let's fast forward. Bad throw. That ball lands on the 20-yard line. Right there. Now, there's two things with this. First of all, that's poor tracking skills with the ball. This, look, y'all, I want you to understand. The receivers are irrelevant in zone coverage. Know what's the most important thing? Is the damn ball. So now, two things. If he doesn't take that false step up here, he is probably right here right now. Because he had to start over from zero. He had to go forward, stop. So now he has zero velocity. And he's got to start back over to get to where he got to. If he never went forward and was here and progressed backwards, that distance there is much greater. He's probably right there. That's a fucking pick. Here's the other thing. He actually reacted pretty well. But he's at the numbers. He's at the bottom of the numbers right now. Bottom of the numbers. Watch where he progresses to. He progresses to the receiver. But the ball is right here. The ball is right there. If he tracks the ball, and instead of running to the receiver right now, if he played the receiver and ran here, even with the false step early, he still picks the ball. This to me right here, microcosm of the game. That's a pick. But we shot ourselves in the foot. Right there. And there's no indication he was going there. Shot yourself in the foot there. Especially with number 2 going vertical. Shot yourself in the foot there. And then you shot yourself in the foot because you cannot track the ball. Dude, that ball landed right above his head and he didn't see it. This is not Ty Bryant's ball. I want y'all to understand. Ty Bryant came from... All right, think about this. Ty Bryant is on the 35-yard line. 25-yard line. Let's give JQ, he's on the 35-yard line. Ty Bryant is in the middle of the field. Ty Bryant is closer to that ball than JQ is, and it should not be. Ty Bryant went, this is 26 yards minus 9. Ty Bryant went about 15 yards straight across. Like, come on, man. Back in the South, they're not. I'm gonna tell you that right now because coaches don't have enough time. Y'all, all this stuff that I am talking about is stuff you learn. I had a great coach that taught us the basics and the fundamentals and certain things like that math, like the yard is 1/3 the distance of the ball. But you also gotta just know the football. You gotta know the game, man. And I will keep saying this. Me playing quarterback from the age of 6 to 17 made the world of difference for when I played strictly defense. And there's too many kids nowadays that only play one side of the ball from jump. So they don't understand the intricacies of the other side of the ball. All the stuff that I say right now, I truly believe is a result of me playing offense. That's a pick, y'all. I want y'all to look at this. This is even better, I forgot. And this is a bullshit call. Look how close JQ is to this receiver, and look how far away Ty Bryant is to this receiver, and look how Ty Bryant travels further than him when they're looking at the same thing. You get what I'm saying? That ball landed closer to Ty Bryant than it did to JQ because JQ made that false step. JQ right now is coming forward right now. He's coming forward right now. Ty Bryant has his hips open, shoulders open. He is going to start progressing that way before JQ watch. Ty Bryant is moving that way. Now, you're not going to see the whole thing because of this, but if the ball is thrown, first of all, that's a hole. The ball is thrown. He jumps up in the air. That's not. He didn't dump him to the ground. That's just a push. That's a bullshit ass personal foul. I don't know who this is a failure of. This is the kind of stuff, y'all, where like I go back and say when I watch it, like the moment was too big. Is this? I don't know who this on, y'all. Is this on Ty Bryant? Because this corner we are playing man, and it looks like we're man free. And I'm still trying. I'm watching this with y'all now, y'all, because I'm still trying to figure it out. Like, what are we playing? Because this guy is butt naked open. If we playing single high with man, we gotta have man. Like, it's just it. We got too many guys. These guys right here are fucking lost. They're lost. They're lost. And right now, I can't determine what the. I don't know what the defense is. I can't even guess right now. Because all I can tell you right now is these guys are playing dude defense and this guy is single high safety. Are they playing man under? Because why is Ty Bryant flowing this way? Did he miss this running back and he has that one and now he's passing off and he's going to free up? Did we because Vandy goes into orbit motion. Now it's two backs in the backfield. Like I'm lost, y'all, because guys should never be this open ever. And honestly, both of these guys are open. So now we got two fucking guys open. That is between the ears. It's between the ears. That is good fucking effort, man. Look, y'all, I'm trying to. It's crazy if y'all would have told me before the game that we hold Diego to 40 some yards rushing. If you would have told me we held him to under 70 yards rushing, I said we win the game. I would have said if Diego passes for 400 yards, I would say we probably won the game. And this is why I would say we probably won the game. Because knowing Vandy and how they like to play the game of football prior to this game, I would have said if he had 400 yards passing, damn, Cutter Bowley's got to have 380. Because why are they passing so much? Because we got a lead. If Diego is passing for 400 yards, you told me that before the game, that means that they are trying to come back and beat us. If you would have told me Diego goes for under 50 yards rushing and 40 yards passing, I would have been like, that's a barn burner. And either Vanderbilt came back and won, or we beat them badly and they were trying to make a comeback. If you would have told me that before the game. And it didn't work out that way. But the defensive line, man, they did a great job of controlling him as much as they could, except right here. And this is why, see, we bring some young guys in. And this is why, y'all, you cannot get above the quarterback. Like, if one of y'all get above the quarterback, it's bad, but it's fine. But when you rushing four and both of y'all get above the quarterback and these guys are trying to hold their ground, there are seams. Because if he would have been here, that window right there is cut in half. But because he gets even with Diego and is about to get above him, now this void becomes humongous. And this is the only play that we gave up to Diego, running wise. That's the only play. Let me see what was Diego's longest run. Do I still have that up? Diego's longest run was 21 yards, and that was that play. That was almost half of his yards rushing was on that one play. And if you just give up one big play to Diego, dude, that's good. I did this in the cutups. I'm not going to go totally through this, but we'll look at it here. All right. This is actually pretty damn good work by a true freshman and press man. There is not much he did wrong. I'm going to point out what he did wrong, and then we're just going to keep going, because if you want the full breakdown of this play, you can go to the cut-ups. I can't remember. I think the description is tip your cap. The one thing he did wrong, he shuffled, he mirrored well, is right here. He shoots with that outside arm. And any DBs watching, if you plan press and you shoot with both hands, you better make contact and you better choke the shit out of him. If you miss or if he swipes it down like this, you're done. If he shot with just when you shoot with the left hand, now you lock your hips. It's tougher to turn and run with him when your left arm is bracing. You can do this on a wall. If you put your hand on your wall and you keep your hand on the wall and you try to turn your hips, it's harder to turn if you take your hand off the wall than turn your hips. So with that left hand on the receiver trying to jam him, that was his only mistake. And that put him a step behind. But other than that, man, he fought, and watch. Watch where his hands end up. That hand is in the crease of that elbow. If that ball is a foot underthrown, if that ball is a foot thrown this way, that ball is not down. That is a dot. Diego couldn't teleport himself right here and hand the ball to him better than what he just threw that ball. Great pass, beat great defense 100% of the time. We just could not get a running game going. And they did not allow us. These guys said that we are going to make you pass the ball. They kept 7 men in the box the whole game. They said, pass the ball and beat us. We're not going to let you run the ball. Did this in the cut-ups too. I'm going to go over it a little bit because I think this is important. All right, y'all. I want y'all to understand. I just showed you a play where we didn't know what we were doing. I appreciate that, Gigi, for BBN. This is from a Gator fan. Said I respect how this Kentucky team had turned things around this season. I appreciate that, Gigi. That's big of you, man. And look, and Gigi, I'm gonna tell you this: your guys haven't given up either, because y'all should have beat Georgia. Well, I shouldn't say should have. That's hard. Y'all played well enough to beat Georgia. Y'all played well enough to beat Ole Miss. Now y'all had y'all worst game in a while at home against Tennessee, but those other two games y'all played well enough to win. The guys haven't given up. Now last week was a tough one. To lose in a swamp to Tennessee, I feel for you, brother. I don't know if you're a brother or a female. So GG, whichever one. Brother is non-gender. Here's the deal, y'all. I talked about this in cut-ups. Here's the deal. I want y'all to understand this. First of all, we should know as an offense, they have been bringing pressure a lot. Here is quarterback 101 that I learned as a little leaguer. You replace the blitzing linebacker with the ball. That is general knowledge. Okay, GG, good to know. That's general knowledge. That's not some special information that's only given out to special players and special situation. Everybody knows this is common. You replace the blitzer with the ball. Okay, so remember that. So now here's the deal. This is a great route concept against man. Mesh routes work against man 100% of the time. All right, I want y'all to look at this. Look, the whole defense, watch. They are going to start, I'm not going to even draw, they are going to start giving calls. Watch them do the arm roll. See the arm roll. He does the arm roll, he does the arm roll. So whatever that signal means, that's what they doing. He points. I think he's pointing to Caddis. He points. Arm roll, arm roll, arm roll. They're communicating, right? They're trying to tell everybody what they got. Ball is snap. This is the blitzing linebacker. So now I want y'all to think about this. This is why you replace the blitzing linebacker. When it's zone, if this guy has hook or curl to flat, that means there's probably no one in hook or curl to flat. Okay? Want you to understand that. All right. So now we run, in my estimation, a great concept. And it's something that you as a quarterback with enough reps, you figure out you got to anticipate. We run here, right? Now the thing about it is once that guy leaves, I'm thinking to replace him. Now, this guy's pointing. He is uncovered. There is nobody on him. Okay? This is what I'm going to help you understand. There's nobody on him. They bring 5 rushers. And this is a decent blitz pickup by McGowan. All right. So now here's a situation where Cutter could have stayed patient. There's no one. The only guy that's on him is the guys on the ground. He could have stepped up in the pocket. Wide open, y'all. He's wide open. I'm not saying, this is the whole thing about this. This is not easy. Playing a quarterback position is not easy. But I want people to understand when people start bitching about play calls and this and that, dude, this is yet another play where there's a guy running wide open and we don't give him the ball. There's no one on him. There's no one on him. He barely has a guy on him. And if he catches it and he blocks him, it's touchdown. I'm just saying, y'all, we can complain about all the stuff, but that was a guy that was wide open that we just missed. If we can jump over people, they can jump over people. Did Kendrick Law not jump over 2 guys last week? It happens. It happens. Now this to me, as I said, remember I said I didn't even say that knowing this play is gonna happen. But this is football, y'all. And maybe someone asked me, do people is this said in film? No. Maybe now that I think about it, I don't know what I need to do, but maybe I need to do something more. Because these are the little things that I don't think guys truly understand. Like this, y'all. Remember I said right-handed quarterback. He can throw to the line of scrimmage without stepping into it. See that? See where Diego's shoulders are? They are still basically pointed down the field, and he's able to throw a ball to his right side. I hope there's a play where, and maybe there was. I want to show y'all what he would have to do if he tried to throw that same ball over here. I hope I can get one. I want you to pinpoint this. Is that back in the South side? I see you back in the South. I want pinpoint this. Watch, put a pin in this. He threw that ball pretty much even with him without striding to that receiver and throwing that route. Let's see if I can find one later in this game. This is a great break by, I don't know who this is. That is, I want you to understand, y'all. He drops in coverage. Front hand comes off the ball. Dude, this is perfect. Front hand comes off the ball. And he's breaking forward. That is a look. So, now we're gonna get into math. So, 16-9. This is probably a 7-yard throw. From there to there, 7 yard because it's pretty much even. So 1/3 of 7, let's call it 9. It's not 9, but let's just call it 9 to make the math. Say that's a 9 yard throw. This guy, if he reads it like he reads it, should be able to travel 3 yards. By the time that ball gets there, he should be about right there. Let's see if he gets to right there. Boom. I didn't even set this up. Remember how, if you an OG, remember how I said that this number is infallible. It is 100. It works all the time. I'm going to go back to it. And it's not even 9 yards, but it's close. Actually, it's close to 9 because he caught it at the bottom of the numbers. That is a 9 yard throw. That's a 9 yard throw. That defender broke 3 yards. The math is math, and it always math. So he broke 3 yards, and he broke with that is all he had to do in my estimation right here. This is all I want. Who is that? Is that Souls? Let me see if I can get a number. That's Souls. All I would ask Souls to do in this situation, the only thing, because tackling a SEC, a college level running back in space is very difficult. All I want him to do is he's perfect right here, is to shoot for that right side hip and force him back in here to Godfrey. If he misses, he has to miss, and that running back has to go inside. He cannot go outside. He cannot go that way. All in all, pretty damn good play. So now we bring 5, and we don't get there. That was the dangerous thing of bringing 5 and not getting there. You got to get there. They got a penalty. So now it's 2nd and 4 again. Dago was on his shit this game, y'all. That is a tough pass. Sometimes you just got to give it to him. All right. Now, I think this is Rayner. Remember the first series, how their guy forced him back inside? Now, Rayner is almost good. Here's the thing. He got a little bit too far outside. See how he gets washed? You can't get washed. He get washed. Now he makes that lane bigger, but he made him turn inside. Name of the game is he can't run towards the numbers. And he did that. It's a tough play for him, but he played, dude. He's played really well. And I said that weeks ago. I don't want to say I was the first person that brought it up, but I was the first person that brought it up. All right, this is tough. I'm not going to lie, y'all. This is tough on linebackers. They ran a great concept. In this situation, we need a lineman to block hands because this guy comes out of backfield, and these two guys are actually in pretty good shape. So it's all the defensive players not playing against Louisville. I don't know, Charles. I read quotes from Stoops' press conference, and he said he's going to get some guys back. So I don't know if he's going to get Waller. Coach Brian said Nichols is probably out with a MCL issue. So, and you heard it here first. I don't know. Talk your shit, Blake. Talk your shit. Talk your shit, Blake. Now, I'm not going to say anything even to it. Hopefully Addison or Nichols is back. Or Waller. Oh, not Nichols. Nichols is probably out. Hopefully Waller or Addison is back. Hopefully Afari can go. If we can get Afari and Waller or Addison, I feel good. This is, look, the guy is learning. He played these screenplays very well. He's the reason why a couple of these screenplays didn't go out. Blake says this is see Blake is one of these trollers and a guy who doesn't know defense and a guy who doesn't understand why you can't bring more against a quarterback that can kill you if you bring too many and you playing man back to quarterback. That's how he had 100 and some yards against these other teams. It wasn't that our defensive players didn't handle their responsibilities, and I've shown that throughout this broadcast. If there's no time for this during the season, hopefully they can go over the offseason. Can't have them keep making mistakes. Charles, our offensive line wasn't that bad either. When you can't run the ball, and I just showed you, I showed you plays in this game where Cutter had time. He just didn't find the open guys, like he really didn't. Now you want to say the offensive line? Here's the other thing: if you want to say the offensive line had a bad game because they didn't run the ball, well, you only have 5 offensive linemen. Vanderbilt had 4 defensive linemen, and they put 7 men in the box. So that means there's 7 men in the box. They have 7 guys against at most our 6. You cannot block everybody. And there was a situation where they stunted linebackers into gaps. And that situation where if you can't pass the ball, you cannot be a threat, as we said on KSR podcast this afternoon. If you cannot beat them over the top, they're going to keep those 7 men in the box. They kept 7 men in the box the entire game. They threatened us to throw the ball, and we just couldn't do it. As I showed you here, we had the guys open. If he throws that ball to Hester, here's the thing: as a defensive player, as a defensive coordinator, if we would have beat them with the deep ball 2 or 3 times, they would have had to change their game plan. But since we never threatened them over the top, they said we just gonna keep bringing them. And when they got up to the 3 possession score, they know we're not gonna run the ball. Like there are layers to this. There's this thing with football and how you call plays. There's a lot more than just the offensive line look bad. Why did the offensive line look bad? Because they dedicated 7 men to the box. You got J.J. Hester. You got Kendrick Law. If Charles, I didn't see you yesterday, so I'm sure you missed yesterday. Kendrick Law was wide open on an over route. We didn't throw it to him. He was behind the secondary. If he throws that ball, if he throws another ball to if it's Calzada after we got the short field, if he throws a better ball to DJ Miller over the top and he scores, Vanderbilt has to play differently because you're not going to continually give up the deep ball. We missed, and that was another play I can't remember. We missed 3 to 4 touchdown throws in this game. Those 3 to 4 touchdown throws in this game changes the entire game. But when you don't hit them, they can continue doing what they did. So this guy right here played the screen ball well. Like he's the reason why that ball had to be thrown away. Now, in my estimation, they got us. But now, there's like I said, y'all, I didn't watch this 2 or 3 times. It was hard for me. So for this one, it seems like they playing too high man under. But what the hell is JQ doing? I'm confused. Are they just gonna double him and he's gonna take a slant? I don't know. Quarterback rolls. If we're in 2 man, the reason why I'm saying we're in 2 man, because that guy's in man and looks like greatness in man with this guy. And they just ran a pick route. That's his guy, and this guy screens him. Now, I don't think the linebacker does a good job because I'm wondering, does he have him? Because this is the kind of thing, y'all, that for me is why I said I'm not sure the spotlight of the moment wasn't too big for us. Because if you have that guy and that guy releases, that's your responsibility. You have no run responsibility. Your responsibility is that guy. So now for me, I'm confused on, is it man or is it some type of zone? Because if he has him and watch on the ball, he goes forward, he loses him. His eyes are not on that his guy. And now it seems like he's going to zone. This is a problem. Too many young guys on the field at the same time creates the problem. And like I said, when Vanderbilt fucked up, we didn't make them pay. When we fucked up, they made us pay every fucking time. Now, y'all, this is the play I took the picture of. All right. This is what I want y'all to understand. In pass defense, like I've said for you OGs that have watched me for forever, you need one more defender than you have eligible receivers. They have 3 receivers. So in essence, all we need is 4. And that should be our 4. That should be our 4. So now on this side, with the running back weak, they have 2 receivers. And we should have 3. So that's our 3. Why are we so far over? Why are we not right here? Because right now, y'all, if you look at this, we don't have enough guys over here in the run game. They have 2 guys. We have 2 guys. They have 2 guys. We have 2 guys. We need another guy here. Because we don't need you over here because we have 4 on 3. This is bad alignment. This is, y'all, this is, if you want to call it coaching, you can't, look, this is not flag football where you can be, where you have 2 coaches back here telling you guys what to do. They're all the way on the other side of the 25-yard line. All they can do is yell, and the stadium was rocking. So they're probably not going to hear you. Now, what you could do is call a timeout. You could do that because we are misaligned. And when you misalign, and when you got a quarterback that's been in the system for 4 years, he has freedom to make checks. And that's the first one. Know what happens? They say, let's run the same fucking formation and see if they adjust. Want you to understand this? Let's go back. They ran this formation and we adjusted with 5 guys over 3. And they ran this rail route to the running back. They said, let's see if we run the same fucking formation again. If they line up like this, they don't have enough people over here to run speed option. They don't have enough people over there to run speed option. And they run speed option and they score. Fuck. Where? I just fast forward, y'all. Let me get back to where I'm supposed to be. So, they had a pretty good game plan. We motion, and they are going to blitz the corner. Here's the deal. This is the problem. It's, when you have a young quarterback and you can't check, like that guy, I mean, this is how. This is when you say that it's just not your day. Number 13, watch what he does. He whiffs. He's unblocked. And he actually whiffs, but he trips him. Dude, when shit goes your way, shit goes your way. Like I said, I sent, if you're on Twitter, I sent a tweet from the coach from ECU. He says, and it's real. Sometimes it's just not your day. Like right here, y'all. How many times has Cutter completed this ball to the tight end? And that's just a poorly thrown ball. It's just not your day. He is wide open. Wide open. We just missed it. There's no one pressuring him. He's able to step into the throw. The O-line does a good job. It's just a miss. And it happens, but that's just a miss. This is what happens when you have young guys in. This is if there is for linebackers in coverage, and this is actual DB. If there is no one in front of you, keep getting depth. Keep getting depth. And I can't. I don't have the all 22. There's more to the problem, but whom are we covering on the 40-yard line? See, Evan, y'all talk about all that time. I'm not gonna even address it. See the guys who talk about all that time for a mobile quarterback. It's, you know what? Do as you may. I'm not gonna talk about that because I obviously Evan is. I just see Evan said Kentucky's not great, so then it says all that time for Pavilion. Gotcha. Now this is also a fuck up in coverage. I think I got end zone. Okay. Now, if we are playing cover 6, which this is when you know you're in cover 4. It's a clear indicator when the outside linebacker buzzes the flat. It's usually cover 4. What else gives a tip is these guys are lined up almost on the same distance away for the quarterback. Okay? They're in empty. Now, here's the problem with cover 4 and empty. And they look like it's cover 6 because they're playing cover 2 backside with cover 4 front side. How do you handle trips? Is the tough part. Now, there's multiple ways you can handle trips. One way you can handle trips, especially if this guy is a nickel, is you can call cut, which in essence means that you cut that DB out of the coverage. He has him man to man. That's cut coverage. So now you play it a coverage. Now it becomes 2-by-2. 2-by-2 is great. Well, just think about, I don't want to go into the depth. So you read number 2, and he's dictating how the match zone is or how the coverage is dictated. So now, this is what happens if you cut. In cover 2, if number 2 goes vertical, he has him man. So then that means you have number 1 man if he goes vertical. Okay. Now that means this guy will push to the curl. So in this situation, if they run 3 verticals like they do, this guy isn't in the flats guarding no one because he's guarding no one in the flats, right? There's no one in the flats. So if you play cut, that's how you do it. Or you leave these 2 guys only responsible for these 2 guys, and this guy has to carry 3 vertical if he goes vertical. For me, if I'm in nickel, I'm going to play cut. If I'm not nickel, I might change the defense. I'm going to run something else because I'm putting this linebacker. Now, if that's a tight end, but they have stars, if that's a tight end and this guy is as athletic, I'm going to put him because there's no run game, y'all. He is the only run game. So if he's good enough, I would tell him, you got 3 vertical, and we 3 are going to play these 2, and you are by yourself. And we're going to play cover 2 over here, 3 on 2, we're fine, and you are the one that's got to make a play. There's so many ways to do it. Now, the way they played it is they played this guy has to get in between 1 and 2. Now, here's the deal. Watch the play from the end zone. Grayton actually does a great job of breaking on the ball. This is a situation of shit ain't going our way. If Grayton goes and blows up number 5, bam, that play is null and void. If he hits him instead of going for the pick, this is not catchable. He actually plays that pretty well, but he goes for the pick, and I don't blame him, and he misses it. He makes contact when the ball makes contact. That is actually a good adjustment. It's just, like I say, wasn't all night. Sometimes it's just not your night. We saw, we've talked about this, y'all, so many times. This is our bread and butter play. And it seemed like right about maybe the series prior, Cutter started getting a rhythm and the picture started becoming clear. It is the exact same thing, y'all. It just ran out of different personnel. Now, this situation, now the tight end is running the curl route. It is sail, arrow, curl. Same fucking route concept. But Cutter right now, I didn't stop it. Cutter right now, like I always say, I'm going to sound like a broken record. He's reading this guy. If that guy expands, you bang the curl. If he stays in the curl, you bang the arrow, especially if this corner sits on the cell. Watch what he does. Watch what this linebacker does. And watch how decisive Cutter is with his decision. Boom. It's easy peasy. These are the concepts that as quarterbacks you like because this guy can never be right. You take what he gives you. If he goes to the flat, you bang the curl. I know Evan's trying to show his smartness and calling a snag. All right, Evan. Snag. You want to call it snag? Snag is the receivers run more like a curl. I got you, brother. He started the picture became a little clearer as the game went on. Now, for this one, y'all, that's a hospital throw. Now, the great thing about Wheel Ride there's another bad throw later on, and he still goes up for it. That shows his these guys are still committed. They are still committed. Now that was crazy. I can't believe number 9 missed that tackle. Great block, think by Kendrick, and we get a tutty out of it. Now all this rest of y'all, I'm just gonna run through. Um, man, I'm usually a guy that you up 45-10, and I to run tempo at the third quarter when you're up 45-10 to have your start in a game and still throwing the ball, to me is crazy. But I get it. I think Diego deserves more than what he's getting. And for him, because of what he brought to this program, I understand. See that throw right there? That's another one that's hospital throw. For Diego to bring this program to what he's brought it to, they have a chance of winning the most games in school history next week. I understand. Let them break a record. I get it. But to me, that's a little BS. Um, but it is what it is. Um, you got to stop them. And that's since we did. They didn't score any points in the fourth quarter, and they had chances. And they had Diego start the fourth quarter, pass the ball, and we got an interception. And shit. That is look. This is bad editing, y'all. That's my fault. Somehow I missed that. All right, I'm not gonna worry about it. This play, y'all, here is great defense. This will confuse a quarterback because here's the deal. This is why this is so good. But then for Cutter, once you hesitate, just throw the ball away. So you bring this guy in motion to identify coverage. When this guy followed, you know they're in man. And this is a man beater. But watch what Vanderbilt does. This is pretty fucking good for these corners to adjust. They switched. And this guy took Kendrick. Now here's the crazy part about it. It's not real slick because number 3 didn't know he was going to do it. All right. Johnny, they're not offsides. He's actually on sides. So here's the deal. Number 3 doesn't know they're switching. He does that on his own. If Cutter sees that and doesn't throw it, he's wide open. I think this is DJ. DJ is wide open because number 3 is still trying to fight over the top. That's a great play by that corner because he made the play. But if Cutter sees it, no, that's Cam. If he sees that guy go off and throws it to Cam, then coaches are bitching at him. Difference between playmakers and players. That's a great play by him. He colored outside the line just a little bit. Just a little bit. And he got a pick. Pretty good defense by 76 staying home, man. Right there. Now we emptied the bench. I don't know some of these guys. I barely know like 29, I don't know. That was Cam. Don't know who 29 is. I'm surprised Rayner still and now O's in the game and now he fucks his knee up. That was a nasty. That was bad to see. It's a good job by Rayner. Man, he's still playing hard. Him and Work still playing hard. For these guys to give up this drive and to not give up points, Good job, Rayner. Rayner had a hell of a Rayner. If Rayner played the previous 7 games like he played these last 4, he would be a late round draft pick. Now I don't know. I don't think he's gonna be. He could go undrafted free agent, but because he has ended the season playing really good football, really good football. Again, y'all, I'm gonna go over this again. This is the play that we just did not. Early in the game, we had the same play and he didn't throw it. And in this situation, he threw it to the wrong person. I want y'all to understand the reason why this route concept is so good because it beats any coverage. Now, for me, seeing that corner blitz, this is your safest throw here. But he put it on him. Rayner is gone, John. He's out of here. But good pass, great pass, be great defense 100% of the time. Rayner is a senior. They redshirted him last year for him to have one more year, and this is last year. All those COVID years are done, John. There's no more COVID guys. Just throw the ball away, Cutter. Throw the ball away, Cutter. Throw the ball away. Good ball. This is the kind of throw he didn't throw early in the game. He throws that ball right now. He barely got past the zone guy. He throws them open in between that linebacker and the safety. Why can we do that early in the game? That's why I still say the moment was too big. And what I mean by the moment, senior day, the festivities, the fans, the environment, all of that stuff, I think played a factor in this game. Look at that throw, y'all. Look, this they still blitzing. Now, I didn't show it, but Vanderbilt didn't bring straight 6-man blitzes. They brought a lot of simulated blitzes. They brought four from different angles. Sometimes they brought 5x4. But they bring in a DB. Cutter gives himself a little time, backs up, and throws it. Why couldn't we get that earlier? Gave his guy a chance in there. Like those passes he did not throw in the first half. Once he got a rhythm, and I'm gonna show y'all this, and this is the last play. Yo, I want y'all to understand this. I showed it when Calzada threw his interception. These safeties did not respect that we can go by him. This safety sits, and Cutter sees him sits. He's that safety fucked up. That's cover 2. He needs to be closer to that. Plus the corner don't need to be a flat magnet. But man, where was that in the first half? Here's the thing. Vanderbilt scored 45 points. This is going to be quick, and I'm going to get out of here. Vanderbilt scored 45 points. The first quarter, each team had 1 possession. If that continues the rest of the game, 1.5 possession, you would have had about 9 possessions per team. It ended up being 12 possessions, 11 and 12. You know why? Because the offense didn't stay on the field at all. Before this game, Vanderbilt had one of the most efficient offenses in the country. We had to score points as we marched the ball down the field. and we had 2 many 3-and-outs. That gave Vanderbilt extra possessions on a defense that was battered with freshmen starting. The offense did not do anything in this game. Before the fourth quarter, I think the offense had less than 100 yards. Or did they have 100 yards? Let me see, y'all. Let me get the numbers out. Let me tell you. Okay. Through 3 quarters, the offense had 102 yards. 93 yards passing, 9 rushing. Y'all, 102 yards. Through 3 quarters. That's 30 yards a quarter. Did not expect that at all. So, y'all, enough of this game. I can wash this nastiness off of my body now because I've done the breakdown. So now I'm done with it. Y'all go follow me on all social media platforms. It's Driving with. I probably should do like something on the screen. It's Driving with Styles on YouTube. VStyle17 on Twitch, on Twitter, and on TikTok. LA Bluegrass on Instagram. Go follow your boy. Hit the like button. Hit the subscribe button. Hit the follow button. Do all the good things. I truly appreciate y'all watching this one. Because I know most people didn't want to watch this. But hopefully it washed all of your system just like it washed all of my system. And I will see you guys and girls next week. Hopefully we're 6-6, preparing for a bowl game. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see y'all next week.
1:16 left to play the game. Quarterback drops.